And good Wednesday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. I do hope everybody's doing well today. Imagine me with a technical difficulty this morning. Yeah, we're going to have to use a what I would call primitive way of reaching a few things. I had a piece of equipment just die. Just didn't want to work this morning. So I'm working to get that fixed behind the scenes. Hope we'll have that back up and going by the time of the morning show. How are you? 56 right now as we wait for a high in the 70s today. It's January. I don't know if Mother Nature knows that or not, but boy, it sure is cutting a rug for us staying warm. The severe weather threat is tomorrow. We'll go over that of where it is. Now on the Mississippi side, we're looking at it being mild in relation to what's going to happen to the east of us. We do have a chance of possibility of some severe stuff, but it will most likely build on the Mississippi side and move into Alabama. We'll go into that here in just a little bit. The threat, again, the worst being east of us into the edge of Alabama, right there at the line. Mississippi is a 1. Alabama moves to a level 2. There are no level 3s this week on this, thank goodness. We'll tell you all about what's going on in and around the area this morning. I hope you'll hang around, learn a few things as we get this day going. And I have to slide down to find exactly. We need to head out and find out what's going on. Let's go out to Collinsville Baptist. See Brother Ben. He's got a great message for us this morning.
What is your most valuable possession? It may be truly worth a lot of money or maybe just really meaningful to you, but either way, it's highly valuable. When Matthew 13, Jesus tells the stories of two men who each found something incredibly valuable. One man found a buried treasure. I have to assume it was like a chest filled with gold and other precious metals. The other man found a very large and fine pearl. Both finds, though, were extremely valuable. And both men did the very same thing. They went and sold everything that they had to be able to take possession of what they had found. Jesus said that the kingdom of heaven is like finding that buried treasure and that fine pearl. And if you and I were smart, we would trade everything that we have in order to take possession of the kingdom of heaven. I wonder this morning, is there something you're holding on to that's keeping you from having the kingdom of heaven? Friend, that thing, it doesn't compare to what's found in the kingdom of heaven. So let go of it and lay hold of this astounding offer from God by making Jesus your Savior and Lord. You'll never find anything more valuable. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. It does make you think about valuables. What you consider to be very valuable could be worth nothing to others. Truly it is. Money is not everything that is valuable. Always remember that. And if you've got something valuable you want passed on, make sure you write a note and tell somebody so it'll be passed on to the next generation. People come in and don't know. We all know how that ends when end of life comes. Make sure you pass on what's valuable. Sometimes it's not even an object. It's just simply values that you pass on to your children or a friend. How are you today? So glad to have you a part of this. And as I mentioned, if you're joining in, I've got a small dilemma with a piece of equipment that died. Everything that controls everything vanished, broke moments right before we went on. It's new. I have no idea why. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way, the best that I can discover it to reach everything. May not be able to get it all in this morning. We'll get it all figured out before the next show, though. We did get word. Now, we released these pictures the day before yesterday of the business that used to, let me word this correctly, the business that used to be Money Now, that is there now. They have officially released a picture of this gentleman, and I've got to slide down here and find where I can show this to everybody, because I want to show his picture. That's not it. It may not look right, but I'll be able to halfway show. Here. Let's try it this way. I think I can show it this way. Here we go. This is the gentleman that Meridian is looking for. Now, this is from the old location of Money Now, just off of 8th Street on 45th Avenue is where this happened there, 824 45th Avenue. We were there moments after it happened. We came along with that. This is the gentleman, also known as Knowledge. His name is Travis Burks, a.k.a. Knowledge, his street name. The Meridian Police Department is looking for him If you've got any information about that, please contact the Meridian Police Department. They would love to know about it, of where his location may be. We hope to learn more about this in the upcoming days as to where they are on that. Now, we have not received any pictures or anything from the bank robbery that happened just an hour and a half before that. We're waiting for that. A lot of questions involving that. Now, the next thing that we received, and I still have a lot of questions on this, I've got a call into the Meridian Police Department about, we got a message yesterday that a teenager had been shot in Meridian. I did know about it. I didn't report heavily on this for one reason only, and I'm trying to verify that my information is right with the Meridian Police Department. When someone self-inflicted or accidental shooting of that, we don't go deep into it. The Meridian Police Department released a little bit of information yesterday as we pull this up. A gunshot victim happened on Monday. We did know about this. Originally, I was told this could be self-inflicted or an accidental shooting. We're waiting to find out more. As we read this, it says no arrests have been made in the incident. So we've got some more questions to ask the Meridian Police Department about this, and we do have a call. I reached out to them yesterday. I have not gotten a call back. We hope to get that fairly soon. So hopefully we'll get that, and we'll be able to answer a few more questions about that. As soon as we do, we'll follow up on this and give you all the information that is regarding this. As we go on, we had several fender benders around Meridian yesterday. Nothing that was life-threatening. A few things that slowed everybody down for just a few moments there. Jones County. Now, you see it in the headlines here when we go over things that happen when a high-speed chase happens. We have chases all the time to where people just don't want to stop for the police. For whatever reason, they speed up. We saw one in Jackson to where a mail carrier lost his life in a police pursuit. Y'all remember that not long ago? Well, in Jones County, they had a Mustang pass a deputy running 110, 120. Pretty bad there. Police pursued. He went to take a right turn off of the road, and it didn't work out well. And we go to our friends over at Dark Horse Press to take a look at this. And let me go here and pull this up where you can see this. This is inside a Mustang. The teenager's in critical condition. This is what happens when you run. If you'll notice, it slammed into that pole there and went nearly all the way through the car. He is in critical condition, has been rushed to a hospital, very serious. Again, that is Jones County, which is due south of us, the Hattiesburg, Laurel area in there. We hope everything works out with that, but that is why we don't run from police. We'll learn more about that as the week progresses, hopefully there from authorities. Let's look at around a few more things. We did see that the former Hinds County Election Commissioner has pled guilty to embezzlement to Shad White. Y'all remember when all that went down? It started out over a bunch of TVs, and it just got really worse really quick. She has now admitted to this, and sentencing will come. Tony Johnson. She'll never be able to handle public money again with what's going on with this. It was about $20,000, if I remember right, that she'll have to repay there. It was $16,000. Actually, it's totally $25,893.18. $16,000 of that was spent. The rest of the money is on the investigation to come to all this, or what it costs taxpayers. Serious matter there, isn't it? We see that a lot. One of the two escaped inmates that broke out from Hinds County has been captured in Texas. That's one of two. One still at large as we look at the nation there. That's the way they went. There's still a church van, if y'all remember, and then pushed it off into a creek, river somewhere in Texas. They've apprehended one. Scratch-off tickets. As we know, last night as we look at this, we did not have a winner yet. What is it? Over $1 billion now? Went and bought my little ticket there. I didn't win. You didn't either. It's going to be another drawing before long. But as you well know, with this, there's other games that you can play when it comes to lotteries. They have scratch-off tickets. They have two ladies near Oxford that's been arrested. They just took the whole roll there. Went into a store and took it. I think it was about $5,000 worth. That's going to cost them. That's not good for them there. They're going to call that embezzling is what they'll the charges, what they will face on that. I'm about to learn more about this, and we'll talk about this morning also. Our first case of contagious fungal infection has been reported in Mississippi. Now, as I read into this, it mainly hits nursing homes and places of that area. Very contagious. We hope that this is stopped. They're looking into it in the state of Mississippi. Kind of scary, isn't it? Let's look around and see what else we've got going on this monitor. We do see that in Jackson, Mississippi, we had a teen lose his life. He was shot. He was wearing an ankle monitor. He couldn't be very far from his home at any given time. He was found shot in the street. We don't know who, what, or why, but they are investigating there in Jackson. Always something bad happened. I think we ended Jackson, Mississippi last year had a higher rate, although it's bad this year. They had 153 murders last year in 21, and then they ended 22 with 133. Although it was less, it's still high, even in the rankings across the United States per capita. Jackson ranking way up there with murders. Just sad, isn't it? Let's see what else we've got going around the state. We'll keep this a little bit shorter this morning with the technical difficulties so I can get a few things fixed this morning. We see here, do y'all remember the drawbridge that's happened in Florida? An elderly lady was walking the drawbridge. Do y'all remember that? We talked about it several times. It opened and she fell to her death. They have charged the drawbridge operator. They say she's responsible for that. And as it turns out, after they did the investigation, she contacted her supervisor, and her supervisor told her how to answer the questions. At the end of the day, after the investigation, it turns out that she never looked. She hit the button, and it rose up with someone midstream and separated it. She held on as long as she could and lost her life. We passed along condolences. You'll never get over that. That happened back in the summer, if I remember right. That's what's happening there. All right, let's get into your forecast now and go over what we expect today. Brought to you, of course, by our friends at the EMEPA. As we look at our record highs and our record lows, let's go back and take a look at what we've got. 1949, it was 82 today. That was a warm day, without a doubt there. Our coldest day was 1962 with a low of 3 degrees. Can you imagine? Brr. Now, we're going to get to a nice, cloudy, somewhat every now and then, a peak of sunshine at some point, but not too bad today, as we will have high of about 73 throughout the Meridian area, and that'll go up to about 72 there in the Louisville area, as you get to about 71 there around Mississippi State to the south, warmer, as we'll get to 75 down Hattiesburg way. As we go to the east, there is a chance of a slight shower to our friends in Alabama. As we take a look at this, here's what we got. Light rain, 70 in Tuscaloosa, 72 in Montgomery. Not bad weather at all. Now, again, as we mentioned, let's go ahead and look into this. As we look to tomorrow, the severe weather threat. Now, we're still at a 1 on the eastern side of Mississippi, and that will fall 8 to 1 is what we've got. Now, this will cut across right at Jackson and go here, but when it reaches right here, it will get worse. Now, as it says here from the National Weather Service, we cannot rule out a tornado. This is where storms will start to build, and they will make their way across the Bama state line. We'll have winds primarily in Kemper County and northward through Philadelphia and these areas all the way toward the top of the state. South of I-20, not so much. As we look at Bama, this will be the Tuscaloosa-Demopolis area about 9 until noon, following pretty much what they're saying for our area of 8 to noon in our area on the Mississippi side. But this is a level 2 for the Bama side, damaging wind gusts of up to 60 miles an hour, and tornadoes are possible if you live anywhere east of the Mississippi line. Y'all keep this in mind for tomorrow if you live in these locations across from us. As we look, still no break on this warm weather. Hot, hot, and more hot as we look at this. That's mighty warm, isn't it? As we look at our 7-day forecast brought to you by our friends at Wilson Saw and Outdoor. Good folks that got those steel products. 72 today. We'll get down to 70 tomorrow. A weird day. One day here. Y'all look at that. Friday, 49 with a low of 29. And then temperatures climb back out of that to 52 on Saturday. By Sunday, we're at 60 and back to 70 by Tuesday. So we got one odd day that wants to be cold. Have your jackets ready tomorrow. Don't leave home without them, as they say. As we look at this all the way through January the 25th, we'll see that, well, there's not much change in this. 73 on Wednesday the 18th, and we will start to see 50-degree weather again, somewhere around the 22nd, 58, 56, but mid. It's not anything humongous there, is it? No, it's not. Let's check in on our fishing, what's going on with that with our friends as we go over Chet's Paint and Body. This is what we got today. Our best time to fish today is going to be around 4 o'clock. Let's go ahead and call it 4 to 6. So dark 30 is the time to be there. Southwest wind 10 to 15. Gust of about 25 today. So that's pretty strong, isn't it? Well, as our deer hunters, there's still a few of us that love to deer hunt out there. What are we, halfway? We got 15, 17 days left through the 31st. As we look at the best times to fish today, let's go ahead and pull this up where you can get a good look at it. First major time is going to be this afternoon, right there at dark. So you'll want to be there by 3, be set up right around 10 till 5. It will get good until after dark. So be prepared, be there early. Maybe this will be your day. The rut is on several locations. I'm getting a lot of talk about the rut and how good it's doing. It's going to wrap things up for us. We're going to work on a few things and hopefully get our products rolling again by the time the morning show gets here. Stay with us, and I can't say enough thank yous to everybody that tuned in and joined us this morning. We'll be back bright and early here in just a little bit. We'll kick the show off at I said that wrong, didn't I? At 8 o'clock, Candace will come in and join us. We certainly appreciate you being here, and we'll see you soon here at the Scotty Ray Report. And this will end a little bit abruptly. Maybe this is it. Maybe I got the right one. We'll try this. We'll see you back in just a little bit.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: